everyone. My name is Emily from Miss Emily Teaches, and today we're going to be talking about why math skills slip. So we are on Facebook and Instagram today, and we're going to be talking about what you can do to help your child's math skills not slip over the summer. So I'm also going to be talking about my upcoming math boot camp that is next week for 3 days, April 16th, 17th, and 18th. If you're interested in that, I will give you a link so you can sign up after the video ends. So first, we have to identify our problem. Our problem is that our math skills are going to start sliding when we are not using them. We see this especially happening in the summer. And we call it the summer slide in the education world. A lot of students will lose their math facts, they'll lose their formulas, they'll lose all sorts of those things just because they're not practicing. If you don't use it, you lose it, as they say. Think as an adult, when is the last time you had to find the area of a triangle? Probably not for a while, and you probably don't know that off the top of your head. So standardized tests and grade level jumps, those can kind of catch students off guard if they're not prepared for those. So usually schools, depending on what your or what school you have your child in, might do an assessment that first month of the school year, and that might not be a good idea of where they're at academically because they haven't practiced for the past 3 months. A lot of schools will take the summer off, and not practicing those facts will really lead to a slide there. So here are some things that you can do at home to reinforce those math skills over the summer in just a few minutes, either every day or every week. So I really recommend doing some micro practicing. Practice for 5 minutes a day, maybe up to 10 if your kids are enjoying it, but just do some small practice like flashcards. There are math board games that you can do online, flashcard practice as well, or mental math. Another thing that you can do is talk about math. Most of you guys probably do some sort of cooking at least once a week, so talk about those. What are we measuring with our measuring cups? Are we doubling a recipe? Are we halving a recipe? That is important to talk about. If we're estimating, maybe you're working on your budget and we're estimating, okay, I need $20 to spend on this item, but what about sales tax? Do you live in a place with sales tax? If you have that, you can talk about how you can estimate for sales tax. And money is a huge one. We don't see a lot of cash used these days. We use a lot of credit cards, debit cards, etc. And so sometimes that might be hard to explain to your child when you're at the grocery store, but talk about how, if we're using this much money at the grocery store, that means our account is going down by this much money. If you have cash and you can show them that you're spending the cash, getting change back, things like that. Playing any games that have some sort of banking system, like Monopoly, would be another great idea as well. So if you want to strengthen your students' math skills, I do, like I said earlier, have a math boot camp coming up. I'm calling it Mission Math Possible, and it will be April 16th, 17th, and 18th. There will be a link in the chat to sign up if you're interested in that. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. Send me a message, send me an email, or my phone number is posted. You're welcome to give me a text or call as well. This group will specifically be targeted to 4th through 8th graders, although if your student is outside of those age groups, they are most welcome to join. We're going to be covering math vocabulary, we're going to be covering some basic math facts, and some patterns of how to find out your math facts when you don't know what those are off of memory. And we're also going to be talking about a little bit of test anxiety in there. I know some states haven't had their state tests yet, so we're going to put in some test anxiety tips and tricks on how to beat that for you. This is going to be live classes, a lot of students in them, and they're going to be fun and engaging, have lots of games and activities as well. Early bird pricing is still available, so reach out to me for pricing, and like I said, I'll drop that link in the chat if you need that. So just to kind of wrap up and review, don't forget that your students, just like you, if you're not in a math related field, you're going to lose your math as you don't use it. So we talked about area of a triangle. Another one is what's the circumference of a circle? Do you know that formula? I do because I used it earlier this week, but I had to look it up before I used it. So if you don't use that regularly, you're going to you're going to forget that. So if you're interested in signing your kid up for the boot camp or learning more, leave me your favorite emoji in the chat and I will reach out to you. It was good to see you guys all today, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.